Alright everyone, today we're gonna look at how to use the illuminator right. And we'll also have a side lesson on targeting in the meantime. So, we have 30 illums. We have 84 vets. Do 84 vets kill 30 illums? By the way, 84 vets is the same price as 30 illums. So those two fleets are the same price. So what's the superior fleet? Looks like it's the Corvette, isn't it? And about 60 vet survives. So yeah, 3/4 of the vet survives. Pretty solid. Now, let's look in a principle you can use to make your illums survive longer. The principle, I call it bubbling. It's when you put all your ships in a bubble. And then you use ship outside of the bubble to take the bait of the vets. Bubbling only works against ships with multiple banks, mainly corvettes, but it can also work against flak or illums, I guess. Alright, so, and also I use scouts. Scouts have the same armor type as illums, so they're gonna aggro the vets before the illums if you jump the scout in the gravity well first. So the order of targeting for the enemies is by armor type, and then it's by who jumped in the gravity well first. So having the scout jump here, I jump the light frigates first, then the scouts, then the illums. So by the way, there's only 25 illums, and instead of building 5 more illums, I spent the money on 9 scouts and 5 light frigates. That is once again the same price as the 80 vets here, the 84 vets. Now let's see how 84 vets fares against that. So as we can see, the vets mostly kill all the scouts first and then are targeting the illums, but a lot of damage is being lost on the light frigates, right? The side banks of the vets are shooting at the light frigates even if they don't want to. So what's happening here is, even though there was a bit less DPS than last time, I don't even think the scouts had their guns on, the illums survived way longer because we had a lot of tanks for it. So yeah. So instead of having 60 vets survive, we have like probably 7 vets surviving. Maybe 6. Ooh, okay. So here we had 7 vets survive versus 60. Now the average on here is about like 10-15. This was a slightly bad run for the vets, but still shows us there an immense difference despite both fleet costing the same. And scouts and light frigates are, you know, like you start the game with them, so you don't need to research another tier for that. Now, let's load this back again. Here we'll show how to use the ability rate. So what the ability does is it pops an illusion. The illusion is a clone that cannot attack but has full health and full shield and behave like a normal ship. Now one problem of the illusion is that it's spawned after your current illums in the jump queue, so that means it won't get targeted by default. But if you combine illusion with the bubbling, we're gonna have the same principle as the light frigates here, that the side banks will be forced to shoot at the illusions, right? Oh yeah, to bubble, you just left click on a random frigate and then you press stop command. Very important to be on ult. Alright, we're sending the vets in. So remember last time about 60 vets survive? Let's see how they do this time. So here the illusions are popping, the illusions are naturally spreading a bit in a circle, and the vets are gonna retarget a lot. Instead of shooting at the real illums, they're gonna shoot at the illusion because the illusion is in between. So most of the illums will actually survive. Now I think all the illusion expired. Not all. And yeah, as you can see, the illums actually win the fight versus corvettes with their ability if you bubble them. If you don't bubble them, well, we can just watch, right? Give the ability, don't bubble. 30 illums, 84 vets with the ability, but no bubble. Let's watch the difference. So about 10 illums survived last time, or like 7, something like that. So here we have the same thing as last time, but the illusion is side by side, right? And then they move a little, but still. Now, because the illums are not bubbled, the vets have an easier time shooting at their primary target. And their primary target is the illums that was naturally there, right? Because it followed the jump order. So here the vets actually crushed the illums, even though they had the ability, because the ability was after. And since there was nothing forcing the vets to target the bubble illums, not the bubble illums, the fake illums, then yeah, they die very quickly. Alright, now one last trick. Alright, so for this one, to execute quickly, it requires a bit of micro and a knowledge of control group and such. Alright, so you're gonna close this menu. You're gonna put all your illums on one control group. You're gonna not play on 8 times speed. You're gonna spawn all your illusion. I missed one somewhere, but whatever. Okay, you shift click all. You fucked up. So we're gonna reload. I misclicked, but it's like 2 AM when I'm recording this, so it happens. It happens. Alright, so we'll go on the edge of the GraphQL. Alright, stop command. Alright, so okay, hit all of them this time. So and now you have all your illusion. Send your illusion first, then send your real one for after. Now the real one was semi-facing the wrong way, so they'll get there a bit late. But basically here we have the normal illums and the fake one sending it first. So here they're not bubbled, so it's the equivalent of, you know, the time where the vets won. But since the illusion jumped in first, they're gonna get targeted by the vets. And now this is a bit vulnerable to target fire, unlike the other techniques. But a way to avoid that is you can also rebubble your illums. So as you can see, what happened here is that the fake illums were targeted first. So simply the real illums were safe. Now this is a bit vulnerable to target fire, but target fire comes with this lot of flaws too. So anyway, so when pushing, the illums were also able to beat the vets as long as you send the illusion first. If you don't send the illusion first, it will be the exact same as what happened here when we didn't bubble. Now I hope you enjoyed and you learned a thing or two about illusions and targeting.